Something really bad just happened in our political system in America, and it is not a joke. Assassination attempt of a former president of the United States is not unprecedented because it happened to former presidents before. But if you recall, every single one of the former presidents that assassination attempts happened to just so happened to be Republican, except for, most notably, JFK, which was assassinated by, you guessed it, a socialist. What does this mean? It means that no matter what the Democrats say, no matter how many times the Democrats call Trump Hitler, no matter how many times the Democrats say that Republicans are the real threat to democracy, quote unquote, it is always them that are the real threats to democracy, trying to assassinate their political rivals instead of voting them out. It is upsetting to see this in real time. It is upsetting to see the rhetoric that the Democrats have, while at the same exact time saying that Republicans need to settle down the rhetoric. We have multiple compilations of the Democrats calling for violence against Republicans, whether that be on the Supreme Court or whether that be as a presidential candidate or a president.
I don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country. Maybe there will be.
There needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
You got to be ready to throw a punch. You have to be ready to throw a punch.
Donald Trump, I think you need to go back and punch him in the face.
That I thought he should have punched him in the face.
I feel like punching him.
I'd like to take him behind the gym if I were in high school.
If we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
No, I wish we were in high school. I could take him behind the gym.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
Take him out now.
Okay. When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
And you push back on them, and you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
Please, get up in the face of some Congress people.
People will do what they do.
I want to tell you, Gorsuch, I want to tell you, Kavanaugh, you have released the whirlwind, and you will pay the price.
We're going to go in there, we're going to impeach the
Well, this is just a warning to you Trumpers. Be careful. Walk lightly. And for those of you who are soldiers, make them pay.
If you had to be stuck in an elevator with either President Trump, Mike Pence, or Jeff Sessions, who would it be? Does one of us have to come out alive?
Look at what happened with Rand Paul just a few short years ago. One of his neighbors went up to him and started beating him, and he needed surgery for one of his ribs, which were now broken. The rhetoric that Democrats have is astronomical, and they need to pay attention to the way that they are speaking, not the other way around. Republicans merely exist, while Democrats merely threaten. This is exactly what happens, time and time again, and it's a sad reality that the world has came to this conclusion. If Republicans have a gun, in which case we do, Republicans do have guns, we keep it safe, we keep it locked away, we go to the gun range, and we protect ourselves. If Democrats have a gun, they become assassinators, they become terrorists, and they commit mass travesties and tragedies. That's what Democrats do, and that's what Democrats love doing. Don't let them fool you. They are not for the people. They are merely against the people, and they hate the fact that you exist. They hate the fact that you have a family, and they hate the fact that you think for yourself. That's exactly why we saw this exact situation come to fruition. How did this happen? We will be revealing every single minute of this event from an AP News article. At 6:02 p.m., Trump takes the stage to the strains of God Bless America, God Bless the United States of America. He waves at a cheering crowd and begins his regular rally speech, with spectators both in front of him and behind him on risers, which is obviously, if you go to any sporting event, you're going to see all of the benchers and stuff like that. That's where all of these people were sitting. Around 6:10 p.m., officers were told that a man acting suspicious was pacing near magnometers, was climbing a ladder on a nearby building, according to local law enforcement officer who spoke to the condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to discuss the investigation. A local officer then climbed on the roof, according to the Butler County Sheriff Michael Slope. This officer, climbed the ladder and found that the individual was on top of the building with an assault rifle, an AR-15 style assault rifle. This is about 300 yards away, and this is 150 miles away. And they saw the gunman at this time. So just 8 minutes after Trump is set to take the stage or took the stage, they saw the gunman. Why did they not act from 6:10? The gunfire started shortly after because of the fact that the gunman saw that he was saw by a local law enforcement. Then what they did was Secret Service had a counter sniper targeted at the gunman. Why did the target sniper not act immediately? I don't know. I mean, why is there 8 minutes in between Trump actually starting to talk and the gunman actually starting fire? Why are they not acting? It's very suspicious. That's why people are saying that it's staged. I do not believe that it was staged in the aspect of them planning this, paying off the person, facilitating this shooting. I do not think that it is staged in that way. I think that it is staged because of the fact that Secret Service failed their only job, and that is to protect the president of America, or the former president of America. That's what Secret Service is for. Now, by making sure that they have DEI initiatives, they do not hire the best people for the job. This means that some people are going to be saying, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Which you can hear in some of the video, and we will play the video now. As you could hear just in that video, you can hear, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing from a female officer? She's not fit for the job. She needs to be fired immediately. You should not be asking, what are we doing? Then we have another female officer, which does not even know how to holster a gun. I know how to holster a gun. And I don't even have a Glock. So I don't even have a pistol. So again, this lady is just insanely stupid. She should not be fit for the job. She should not be there. Now, this is to also say that women should not be protecting men. Men should be protecting women. So women do not deserve to be stepping in front of a bullet to protect a man that's the president. No, so we should have men doing that job. There's certain jobs that are fit for really strong people and stuff like that. And I think Secret Service, the aspect of actually being the security detail of a former president or the president of America, should be something that a man should do, because of the fact that women should not be protecting men. Like I just said, men should be protecting women. So that's the way that it should be. But here's the thing. A man identified by the FBI as 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks turned towards the officer just before the officer dropped down to safety, Slope said. Trump is showing off border crossing numbers when gunfire starts. As the first pop rings out, Trump says, "Oh," and he raises his hand to his right ear, and he looks at it quickly before crouching to the ground behind his election. Then you can see, according to the video, you can see all of the military start swarming the stage. You can see all of the VIP section and stuff like that. They're going under to be protected. We see the counter snipers over here. A 50-year-old former fire chief attending the rally is shot and killed by Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro on Sunday. The Compara store used his body as a shield to protect his wife and daughter. Secret Service counter snipers fired back at the shots and Crooks. So this person was killed, and he was protecting his family. So very good on him. This is exactly what I'm saying. This is exactly what you expect a man to do, because you're protecting the family. It's very sad. It's very tragic, and that's exactly why Thomas, which is the shooter, is going to spend the eternity of the rest of his afterlife in hell. That's exactly what he deserves. And about 1 minute after the shots, video shows Trump getting off to his feet and reaching up with his right hand, and he has blood all over his face, and he says, "Fight, fight, fight." And he pumps up the crowd with his right fist. A lot of people are saying that this is what Hitler would do, so you're just disgusting everybody, saying that should be ashamed of themselves. You can see that the crowd starts chanting USA, USA, USA. You can see that his ear was shot in this video. About 2 minutes after the shot, Trump turns back to the crowd and raises his hand again and tells the agents to wait. So that's taking command. This is around 6:12 p.m., nearly 10 minutes after he starts. And then he starts raising his right fist again, and then the crowd starts shouting USA, USA, USA. And then this is where he took the most infamous photo to ever exist. This is the best video. This is the best photo that he could have ever gotten. Around 6:50 p.m., Secret Service says the president is now safe at a hospital. All of the chairs, everything was just left. Everybody just left. Around 8:42 p.m., Trump posts on social media site that he was injured in his upper part of his right ear, and he knew immediately that something was wrong, and he heard a whizzing sound, shots, and immediately felt a bullet ripping through his skin. And that's what he said afterwards. Trump's private jet lands at Newark Liberty International Airport around 12:10 a.m. And a video posted by his aide showed the former president deplaning, flanked by United States Secret Service and heavily armed members of his agency's counter-assault team. It was usually unusual visible show of force by his protective detail. Trump travels to his private golf club in nearby Bedminster, New Jersey to spend the night, and then he gets up in the morning, right, and this is the most amazing thing, and he starts playing golf. It just didn't even bother him. He just starts playing golf in the morning. So there's multiple reports from people that work at his golf court of photos of him playing golf, which is just amazing because that's less than 17 hours from the shooting. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning, he gets up and he just starts playing golf. It's just the most American thing that you could possibly do after a shooting took place. It's just amazing on Trump. And then Secret Service, as you can see in this video, we're going to be playing it. Secret Service had 2 full minutes to act. We're going to be playing the whole entire video here. So you can see a side-by-side of all of the angles that we have available. And this was posted by a user on X. I will credit him. It's just an amazing viewpoint of exactly how long Secret Service had to act. And it's a sad reality that they did not act here, that they had plenty of time. So Trump is talking here. This is a viewing of exactly like the shooter. He's on top of the roof. Everybody sees him. So it's not like he was all secretive.
He's laying down. See him?
So people are like, what is going on? Like, why is that shooter there? Everybody's looking at him.
What's happening?
So you can see here, it's about 27 seconds in. Everybody sees the shooter on top of the roof. Everybody's zooming in on him. He's being very suspicious, like, what are you doing? He's aiming for Trump. That's exactly what he's doing. He's now 40 seconds in. Security's not doing anything. Everybody's saying, like, look, this is the shooter. This is the shooter. He's on top of the roof. And then you can see Trump talking right here.
In fact, if they could ever
and
put
this
up
is
a chart,
about
I don't
a
know if they
minute
can do it.
into
You guys
the
have
situation
access to
here.
that chart that I love so much. You don't mind if I go off teleprompter, do you? Because these teleprompters are so damn boring. I try and
Thankfully,
explain
he was referring to a graph that he had placed on the side of where he was talking, and he looked towards that
Take a look at the arrow
area.
on the bottom.
And
See the big
if he did not look
red
towards that
arrow,
area, then it would have been a total different
that's where I
situation
left
because he
off,
moved
is
his
that
head
was the
last
lowest
minute,
point,
and that's
and
how
that
the
comes right
shooter
from
had
the
no idea where his head
government
was going to be
services,
pointed, because
comes
if he
right
did
out
not move
of
his head,
Border
then
Patrol.
obviously
Take a look at
it
that.
would have went
So
through
that
his ear
arrow is the lowest
sideways, so it would have went through
amount
his
of
brain.
illegal
So that's exactly what
immigration
would have
ever in
happened. This is
recorded
now a
history
minute and
into our
37
country.
seconds into the event.
And then
that's how you can tell exactly what he's doing.
then
He's
the
pointing
worst
towards the graph that he
president in the
had,
history of
the
our
illegal
country took
immigration
over.
coming into
And
America.
look what happened to our country.
And then you can
Probably
see
20 million people.
you can see the military personnel pointing towards the shooter and saying like, okay, well, we need to do something about this. And then he starts taking his shots at 2 minutes into the event. Everybody starts ducking. So they had 2 full minutes to act. What are they doing?
He's turning this way. Be careful, guys.
We got breaking news. Coming in seems to be shots fired at the Trump rally.
Oh yeah, and there's people saying like, oh, we need help, we need a medic because somebody was just shot in this direction. Of course, there's not really medics on the site because of the fact that this person was shot because it went in Trump's ear and it went into the crowd. This person was killed or badly shot. You can see that he's on his side over there.
He's giving a thumbs up, everybody! He's giving a thumbs up!
And then you can see that the photo was taken at this very moment. The most iconic photo of modern American history was taken at this very moment. And it's just very much of a leader situation because he was telling Secret Service, wait. Even though he knew very much that there was a chance of him being shot again, he's still saying fight to the American people. He's still saying, I'm not going to give up, no matter what. And now we see Secret Service being confused on whether to take out the gun, whether to holster the gun. She doesn't know how to put away her gun. Just very bad situation in general. And then the Secret Service car starts going. And then he has the whole entire motorcade behind him, and they're trying to leave the scene a couple seconds after shooting first. So now Secret Service is trending because of this situation. Secret Service had many moments to act and many warning signs of this actually happening before the shooter started shooting. So very disgusting thing here. And as we could see from this article from the Daily Wire, we saw one of the local cops actually got scared when he went up the ladder after people notified him of a possible shooter up there, and the shooter pointed the rifle at him. And what was also saw in his car was bomb making materials, and it was inside of his vehicle. The AR-15 style rifle Crooks used was purchased by his father about 6 years prior. Law enforcement officials told the AP, we do not currently have any identified motive. FBI Pittsburgh Special Agent Kevin Rutschig said in a briefing on Saturday night, the FBI and local enforcement told reporters that questions about security lapses should be directed to the Secret Service, which failed to show up to the briefing. Of course, this is completely true because of the fact that Secret Service lowered quality and training procedures for women that they were gathering for the Secret Service. They now were unprepared for this event, and it's a very disgusting thing because if we are going to hire the most quality filled people and the most powerful people for the very job, then we should allow these people to be having the same exact standards. We're not going to allow different standards for different people. It's the same exact job. So now we can look back at what they published just a few short years ago, and Matt Walsh covered it yesterday when he tweeted it out. I'm just trying to find the tweet here because of the fact that, yeah, you can see right here, I do have it. So we can see that the fitness category, A for excellent, which was for a 55-year-old, point value is a 4, but an age category for a woman would be 40 years old. And then we can see 30 to 39 years old. Excellent would be a 30. 40 to 49 is 23 on a woman, but 42 for a man. 50 plus level is 23 for a woman and 39 for a man. Very good would be 3. It would be 30 to 39 age category. 30 to 39 for a woman, 50 to 54 for a man. And it would be 41 to 49, 35 to 41, 29 to 38. Meanwhile, woman 30 to 39, 25 to 29, 19 to 22, 19 to 22 for 50 plus and 40 to 49. So you can see in every single one of these categories, the age categories, the point values, the fitness category, you can see that everything was lowered for the female category, which is on the right, and the man category on the left. So why is this? Why are we giving up more qualified males in exchange for women that are now on a lower scale? It's not the best person for the job. And if we do not have the best people for the job, then things like this happen, where things could be prevented, but we did not prevent them because we were not ready for it. We were not prepared for it. And people were unprepared for it because of the fact that training was undermined to allow people that were unqualified for the positions to get in those positions in the very first place. It's not something that we should be proud of in America. Equity is not something that we should be proud of in America. Making sure that people are on the same level no matter who they are is not something that we stand for in America, because there are differences. There are differences. There's physical differences. There's biological differences. There's every single difference that you can create. It's not just biological. Everything about a man is different than a woman, and everything about a woman is different than the man. So obviously, you're not going to have the same exact level. So what they need to do is lower the standards for a woman so they can get into the same exact position as a man, because there's different skill sets that each person has. So of course, when you start lowering standards, now you don't have the most qualified people for the job, and it's a very sad situation. So what will change to Secret Service after this? Well, Secret Service says no changes will occur to security plan for upcoming RNC. So this was published on July 14th. This was actually yesterday. This is now July 15th, but Joe Biden came out. He released a statement and said that he's going to try to talk to former President Trump. He might do that. But the thing is, at the time, he published this on Saturday, and he said that he's trying to talk to Trump, and Trump's not answering his calls. Yeah, because he was just shot. He's not going to talk to you, especially the person that says that he is Hitler. So that's just stupid. Obviously, Trump has no motive to actually talk to Joe Biden as for immediately after the shooting, because of the fact that he's busy doing other things like getting treatment for the shot that he was just given. But not only that, but they need to beef up security on former presidents. So now a bill just went onto the House to allow more beefy security measures and more secure Secret Service for former presidents and candidates running. That's because RFK Jr. has already been on the target stage, because like his uncle JFK was assassinated, his father was assassinated, RFK Jr.'s father was assassinated, and then now RFK is at the candidacy level. So he is very much on the target for being assassinated. So yes, he should get more security if he's still running. As soon as he's out of the race and it's after November, then we can take away his security. But then he can just pay for his own security. So, this should not be a thing. No changes is just a very bad statement to come from Secret Service. They need to change everything about Secret Service. There's been no changes to our current operational security plans for the event. Aubrey Gibson, the Secret Service agent coordinating the RNC's security, said during a press conference on Sunday, "We're confident in those security plans are in place for this event, and we're ready to go." No, you need to beef up more security. Whatever security you have, you need more. This event has been designated as the national the National Special Security Event, which is at the highest level of security for an event that can be designated by the government, she said. Okay, so That's good. But the thing is, we still need more people. So it doesn't matter what you say. If you think that this rally had enough Secret Service agents, then you are sadly mistaken because we need more. We had an extensive planning process to include many organizations building out the security plan for any and all suspects of security related for this event. Questions about the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump were not answered and instead were referred to Secret Service's DC office, which they obviously are not going to take the blame for anything because they think that they did a good job. They did not. The Secret Service has been under fire, obviously, because of the fact that it was revealed that the 20-year-old was able to climb on top of the roof and at a relatively short distance from the venue in order to shoot at Trump and wound 3 people and kill one of those wounded people. We have to respect the Second Amendment right to carry your firearm, Milwaukee Police Chief Jeffrey Norman said at the press conference. As that is your right, please excuse your right in a responsible manner. Exercise your right in a responsible manner, of course. So the Milwaukee Police Department will not tolerate any particular behaviors outside what is legal allowed in regards to that right, he added. So he was probably asked one of the questions of, are you going to allow people to use their Second Amendment at the event? And he probably said, use your Second Amendment in the most responsive manner possible. What I would do is I would just scan everybody and say, okay, are you trustworthy? Are you not trustworthy? And stuff like that. And you need to make sure that there is an indoor facility now that you can check everybody, just like when you go into any sports events and stuff like that, you need to check everybody. And then also at the same exact time, you need to not forget to scan the roof of the nearby events. So it's just stupid. How do stupid situations happen like this every single time? It's because we have an incompetence problem in America. That's exactly the reason. So now, if you look at a January 6th committee member, a January 6th committee member said, don't miss next time. Now, he was dumped because he said this, which that's just stupid. Rep. Benny Thompson, Democrat from Minnesota, who served as a chairman of the now defunct January 6th committee, confirmed on Sunday that the ouster of the aide field director, Jacqueline Massaw, as a congressman, faced mounting calls to fire her over the comment. I was made aware of a post by a staff member that she is no longer in my employment, Thompson said, according to Fox News. In the attack at the Trump's campaign rally in Pennsylvania on Saturday, the former president was shot in the rear ear, and the right ear, I should say. I already said this. She said, I don't condone. Afterwards, Monsaw posted to Facebook, I don't condone violence, but please get some of your shooting lessons so you don't miss next time. Oops, that wasn't me talking. That's just stupid. This is what she said on Facebook. So people were mad about it. And she works as a case manager, field director at Congressman Benny G. Thompson. So obviously she was fired. After that, I got overwhelmed in the moment. Massaw said, I am a diehard Democrat. The local news outlet in Mississippi also pointed out that Massaw saw her post was meant for its comedic value, not to be taken seriously. That's just stupid. What? Yeah, there's an assassination attempt, and then you're trying to make comedy routines. That's not something that you should do. It's not funny whatsoever. There's no room in this American democracy for political violence. I am grateful for law enforcement's fast response to the incident. No, that's a lie because they were not fast. They had 2 minutes to act and they did not. They failed their only job. That's to protect the president. I mean, that's the only reason why Secret Service is even a thing. And this is what former White House press secretary Jen Psaki, that is now an MSNBC news host, said about the event. We should start. She says that she is now, quote unquote, scared for journalists. Never mind the former president, she's scared for journalists. Former Biden press secretary Jen Psaki, who is now a leftist host on MSNBC, said over the weekend that people who are blaming Democrats in the media for the assassination attempt are increasing the risk of violence, and the people feel scared. Okay, so I do not want to hear a single word from her or any Democrat saying that they are raising the pressure or using their language for violence. It does not even correlate to the level of heat that they placed on Trump before this event took place. They called him Hitler. They said that he was a threat to democracy. They said that this is going to be the last election. If the other guy wins, then he's going to be a dictator on day one. Lies and lies after lies after lies, saying that Trump agrees with Hitler ideology, and Trump is like Hitler, and he says things like Hitler. He does things like Hitler. We need to put him in the target. We need to put him in the bullseye. Stuff like that. Time after time after time after time after time. Saying things like this, and now you are going to sit here and say that Trump's rhetoric of fight, fight, fight is something that should not be done. You, the Democratic Party, should not be talking about rhetoric. If you guys are the ones that have been raising the pressure, raising the heat throughout this whole entire election, just because you want a senile, old, dotard, old man to be winning the election in November, you are completely destroying the political process in America to get one person elected. And you're going to talk to me about the rhetoric used after the event took place. I do not want to hear it. I do not, frankly, care about your opinions. And now, looking at the polls, we can see that Trump's victory is now more eminent than ever before. So we can see the Poly Market presidential election winner Biden versus Trump odds. On May 20th, Trump was 54%, Biden was 42%. June 26th, Trump was at 59%, Biden was at 34%. July 15th, Trump is at 71%, and Biden is at 18%. So we can see that almost the whole entire map is now showing from deep, deep blue to now a light blue to a dark red. So now, according to this Poly Market poll, we can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 states are now deep blue. That's it. Out of the 50. That's crazy. That's because Biden. And then now we can see that is on the Democratic nominee odds, we can see that Joe Biden has a 71%. Kamala Harris has a 13%. Michelle Obama has a 5%, and another candidate has 10%. So we can see that even though some people are saying, oh, replace Joe Biden, there's nobody else that has a possibility of winning against Trump at this point. So this is now a new high. Now what they're going to do, and this is probably what they're going to do now, is to let Joe Biden take the heat, blame everything on Joe Biden, let him go into the darkness after 2024, and then 2028, they're going to have a brand new person, and they're going to say, well, Joe Biden failed us, and blah, 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 and that's what they're going to do, and then they're trying to bring out a new person. Now, according to national polls and by NBC News, you can see that the national polling, Trump is 45%, Biden is 43%, Trump is 40%, Biden is 37%, RFK Jr. is 10%, and the genetic ballot, Democrat is 47%, GOP is 46%, Trump is at 47%, Harris is at 45%. So we can see that different polls are saying different things, but the most telling poll is a Poly Market poll, which is a trade. So this is a betting organization. You can place your bets on the projected winner, the projected loser, stuff like that. And that's exactly who is saying that Joe Biden or Trump is going to win. So the Poly Market is the most telling, but then you can look at the Michigan, a deep blue state over here. We can see that Trump is up 39%, Biden is down to 36%. You can, all of these polls now, NPR, leftist organization, 50% Trump, 46% Biden. New York Times, 45% Trump, 42% Biden. Fox News, Biden 47, Trump 45. CBS, 51% Trump, Biden 45%. CNN, 44% Trump, Biden 34%. Yahoo, 45% Trump, 29% Biden. Harvard/Harris, Trump 53%, Biden 47%. Average, Trump is up 47%. That is up 6 points. Biden is 41%. That's equal to where he was before. So everything's consolidating to Trump at this point. There's no way that the Democrats can replace Joe Biden. They're going to just suffer with Joe Biden. And it's a very disturbing thing that took place over the weekend. And that's exactly why I do not want to hear anything about the Democrats saying that the rhetoric is too high, because they're the ones that have been putting the rhetoric to record highs. And they're the ones that have been saying time and time again that Trump is a dictator in day one, and Trump is this, and Trump is that, and Trump is this. And they're lying time and time again just to get people to act. And they're surprised when something does happen and somebody does act. And nonstop now, from Saturday onward, Joe Biden is saying, oh no, this has no place in America. This has no place in America. But the thing is, you can't go and say all of the things that you used to say about Trump is Hitler and stuff like that, and then now say that the rhetoric has to calm down. It just does not make much sense whatsoever. So with that being said, we're going to end off this episode here. I hope you did enjoy the deep dive of exactly what happened on Saturday. Again, God bless Trump, and it's just because of the act of God merely himself that Trump is still alive to this day, because we would have saw a total different America if Trump was assassinated and this attempt was successful. So with that being said, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. And we will have a full length episode on Wednesday.